The hidden meanings behind Godzilla movies. Ever find yourself cheering as a giant, city-crushing lizard stomps across your screen? If you've ever thought, man, Godzilla is one awesome monster, you're not alone. There's so much more lurking beneath those massive scales than just some epic monster battles. Today, we're diving deep into the hidden meanings behind Godzilla movies. We're peeling back the layers of destruction to uncover the profound messages these films have been conveying since 1954. Grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's unleash the true power of the King of Monsters. The birth of Godzilla. Alright, let's kick things off by traveling back in time to post-war Japan. It's the early 1950s, and the country is still reeling from the devastation of World War II. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki aren't just historical events, they're fresh, painful scars on the nation's psyche. The fear and trauma of nuclear technology are palpable. Enter Ishiro Honda, the visionary director who brought Godzilla to life. Inspired by the catastrophic effects of nuclear testing, especially the real-life incident involving the Lucky Dragon No. 5, a fishing boat exposed to radioactive fallout, Honda wanted to create a film that embodied these fears. And thus, Godzilla was born. But he wasn't just any monster. Godzilla was a metaphor, a colossal embodiment of nuclear destruction. His skin was designed to resemble the keloid scars of atomic bomb survivors. His unstoppable rampage through Tokyo mirrored the devastation of nuclear weapons. Film critics and scholars agree that Godzilla wasn't just about a giant creature wreaking havoc. He was a symbol of the consequences of humanity's destructive capabilities. By giving form to an invisible threat, the filmmakers were able to address deep-seated anxieties in a way that was both engaging and thought-provoking. Nuclear anxiety and anti-war sentiments. Let's delve a bit deeper. Remember those intense scenes where Godzilla demolishes entire city blocks? For Japanese audiences in the 1950s, these weren't just special effects. They were visceral reminders of wartime bombings. The chaos, the helplessness, the overwhelming force of destruction, it all echoed real experiences. One pivotal scene shows a mother holding her children as Godzilla approaches, telling them they'll soon be with their father. It's a gut-wrenching moment that highlights the human cost of such devastation. Japanese audiences and critics praised the film for tackling sensitive topics through allegory. It wasn't just a monster movie, it was a reflection on the horrors of war and a cautionary tale about nuclear technology. But here's the twist. When Godzilla was released internationally, especially in the United States, much of this deeper meaning was lost. The film was re-edited, and its anti-nuclear messages were downplayed. Instead, it was marketed more as a thrilling monster flick. This contrast highlights how the same film can convey different messages depending on cultural context. In Japan, Godzilla opened doors for filmmakers to explore heavy themes within genre films. It essentially birthed the kaiju genre, where gigantic monsters symbolize societal fears and challenges. Evolving symbolism over the decades. As the decades rolled on, Godzilla's role evolved. In the beginning, he was the villain, the embodiment of nuclear annihilation. But over time, he transformed into a hero, a protector, a shift influenced by changing societal fears and audience expectations. During the Cold War era, the fear of global annihilation was ever present. In films from the 1960s, Godzilla began to represent not just destruction but also the potential for unity against common threats. In Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, 1964, Godzilla teams up with other monsters to save Earth from an extraterrestrial menace. This shift mirrored the hope that global powers could set aside differences to prevent mutual destruction. Then came the 1970s, and environmental concerns took center stage. Godzilla vs. Hedorah, 1971, is a trippy, psychedelic film where Godzilla battles Hedorah, a monster born from pollution. Hedorah's toxic sludge and acid emissions symbolize the very real issues of industrial waste and environmental neglect. The film served as an urgent call to address environmental issues before it's too late. In Godzilla vs. Biollante, 1989, the franchise tackled the emerging fears surrounding genetic engineering and biotechnology. Biollante, a creature born from combining Godzilla's cells with a rose and human DNA, represented the ethical dilemmas of manipulating nature. The film raised questions about scientific responsibility and the unforeseen consequences of playing with the building blocks of life. Through these evolving themes, Godzilla films remained relevant, adapting to the pressing issues of each era while continuing to entertain audiences worldwide. Social and political critiques. Fast forward to Shin Godzilla, 2016, and we see Godzilla once again serving as a mirror to society. But this time, the focus is on government inefficiency and disaster response. Shin Godzilla depicts a monstrous threat emerging, and the government's response is bogged down by bureaucratic red tape. Endless meetings, conflicting decisions, and an inability to act swiftly, all hinder efforts to protect the populace. This portrayal is a sharp critique of the Japanese government's real-life handling of the Fukushima nuclear disaster and the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. The film doesn't hold back in highlighting how excessive bureaucracy can lead to devastating consequences when timely action is crucial. But it's not all doom and gloom. Shin Godzilla also explores themes of national identity and resilience. It emphasizes the importance of unity and innovation in the face of unprecedented challenges. The film touches on globalization and Western influence. Foreign governments are depicted as both allies and opportunists, reflecting the complex dynamics of international relations. Godzilla, in this context, symbolizes not just a physical threat but also the pressures and impositions from external forces. Once again, Godzilla serves as a powerful metaphor, prompting audiences to reflect on societal structures and the need for change. Godzilla in international cinema. Let's chat about Godzilla's journey beyond Japan. When the King of Monsters made his way to Hollywood, he underwent some transformations. The 1998 American adaptation presented a very different Godzilla, a giant iguana-like creature caused by French nuclear tests. The deeper themes about nuclear anxiety and societal critiques were largely absent. Fast forward to 2014, and Legendary Pictures released a new American, Godzilla. This film made a conscious effort to stay true to the original spirit. Godzilla was once again a force of nature, awakened by humanity's nuclear meddling. The film touched on themes like the arrogance of humans thinking they can control nature and the consequences that follow. The 2019 sequel, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, continued this trend, introducing classic kaiju and exploring ideas about environmental balance and the planet's response to human activity. These international adaptations show how Godzilla's core messages can transcend cultures. The universal concerns about environmentalism, the dangers of nuclear technology, and humanity's place in the natural order remain central. Godzilla has become a global symbol, a cautionary tale reminding us that nature is powerful. Cultural impact and legacy. Time to geek out. Godzilla isn't just a movie character, he's a cultural phenomenon. Over the decades, he's smashed his way into the hearts of fans worldwide. His influence stretches far beyond the silver screen. Video games, comic books, anime, merchandise galore. From action figures lining collectors' shelves to Godzilla-themed snacks in supermarkets, his footprint is everywhere. Godzilla has even made his mark on other films and TV shows. Shows like The Simpsons and movies like Pacific Rim tip their hats to the kaiju genre that Godzilla helped pioneer. Fan communities are thriving. Conventions dedicated to Godzilla and kaiju culture draw enthusiasts from around the globe. It's a vibrant, passionate culture. On an academic level, Godzilla has been the subject of serious study. Universities offer courses analyzing the film's themes, and scholars write papers on topics from post-war trauma to environmental ethics. The franchise provides rich material for exploring human nature, societal fears, and philosophical questions. Godzilla's legacy is a testament to the power of storytelling. He started as a symbol of nuclear horror and evolved into a multifaceted icon reflecting humanity's hopes, fears, and dreams. Conclusion. So, there you have it. Godzilla isn't just about epic monster battles. Beneath those massive spikes and fiery breath lie layers of meaning that reflect real issues facing society. The films have prompted us to ask tough questions and consider the consequences of our actions. Next time you watch a Godzilla movie, take a moment to ponder the underlying messages. You might find a deeper appreciation for the King of Monsters. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the hidden meanings behind Godzilla movies. It's been a blast. Call to action. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your favorite Godzilla movie, and what themes stood out to you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to explore more hidden meanings in movies, smash that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Also, let's stay connected. Follow me on social media for behind-the-scenes content and updates. Thanks again for watching, and keep watching, keep exploring, and keep uncovering those hidden gems in your favorite movies. Credits and acknowledgements. A huge shout out to all the amazing creators, actors, and visionaries who've brought Godzilla to life over the years. Thanks to the passionate fan communities and scholars who keep the conversations alive and thriving.